come back tomorrow. You know it's not enough that I can make you laugh. Why try to borrow even more time you never have? It's too late, too late, too late, too late. Slide down the rooftop, slide down the rooftop. It's too late, too late, too late, too late. You'd have to rebuild me from the ground up, from the ground up. There's always something, and I can try to change, but you want something else. Why cut off your wings? You could change the world and I'd still be a mess. It's too late, too late, too late, too late. Slide down the rooftop, slide down the rooftop.
Welcome back to Free Live Tale Readings. Sunshiny day, welcome Greg, welcome Blah, welcome Bartman. I was right about your job. Well, that's a good thing, Bartman. Stephanie, how you doing? Jamie, it is good to see you as well. Amira, what is going on? And as always, Crystal, how are you doing tonight? Will S help my son private education financially? All right, well, let's check that out. I think we have automatic focus still on. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that on. Let's see how it behaves. I gotta say, the overall the camera focusing experience on this Sony is not as good as I thought it would be. Miguel and Nadine and Gigi and Nexus. How is everybody doing tonight? Where's my button?
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
Here we go. Okay. Let's start off with the golden wheel. We got to start off with something. It might as well be the golden wheel. Nadine had a great job interview. Nadine, that is exciting. I hope you enjoy the new job. That sounds very fun. Very cool. There's always that new job stuff, you know, where it's always some good times. And the number of viewers is really messed up. It was 0 yesterday and it's 0 today. Now, they did update this software, so I'm kind of curious what in the world's going on. Let me take time out to adjust this and see like what is actually happening here. YouTube viewers, manage viewer count, use custom frame rate, and it's still not going to do anything, is it? No, let's go ahead and hide it. Let's go ahead and just make it invisible so it doesn't look like I have 0 viewers. I promise if you're watching this later, I do have more than 0 viewers. That's why I'm answering questions. You know what I mean? All right. Donated clarity and work situation. All right, Gigi, we got you covered. Clarity on the work situation and all that. All right, Mr. Focus, how are you going to behave today? Are you going to be nice? Are you going to be nice, Mr. Focus? Yes, I think it's looking pretty good so far. All right. So 18 watching now. Yeah, I can see it on the YouTube thing, but the software that I'm using apparently has taken a large dump. So there you go. Will S help private education? So I guess there's an X. So will the X help with private school, it sounds like? 5 of Wands, 5 of Wheels, Ace of Wands, and the 10 of Wheels. I mean, it does look like it. I think they have a limit. I think that they want to say I think that they want to say is how much money it is and how much to spend and all that other stuff. Okay, it's not. It's acting up now. See, it's acting up now. I think they want to say. Let me hold on. Let me go. Focus mode. Manual focus. Manual focus. All right, now let me manually focus it. Sorry for the delay here. You know, this 6400 camera, they brag about how great the focus is, and I heartily disagree. All right. Eden, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I do think that they will. All right. Now, again, I think there's some limits. They want to vote. They want some sort of an input in here, right? Five of Wands, I don't want to argue about it, right? The Five of Wands, I don't want this to be a fight. I don't want to argue. This is not something I want to do a knockdown, drag out. It's not that big of a deal. Five of Wheels, I'm clearly not broke. I'm able to contribute financially, but Ace of Wands says, I want a little input here. I want a little say here. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to go the journey. Ace of Wands, I'm willing to take that action and go forth and be that person that has the responsibility for it. Ten of Wheels, I'm willing to throw some money in. But again, I want some say with it. I want my opinion to be known. I want my 2 cents there. I'm not just going to hand you the money trick and say, yeah, here's a wad of money, and you can do with it what you will. Again, there seems to be a voting, or I want to say, with all of this stuff. So, yeah, it does look like it. Just be prepared for, a little bit of the conditions to come up. You know what I mean? A few of the conditions. Maybe I have a vote with all of this stuff. You never know. All right. The camera seems to like your hand. Well, I'm just saying, I do have the sexy hands, apparently everybody says so. Okay. Can I get a clarity on our work situation? GG. Welcome back and thank you for your donation tonight. GG. How are you doing? How's everybody? It's Tuesday. We survived Monday. We're on the Tuesday. Tomorrow's going to be hump day. I'm pretty excited, I got to say. So let's go with a different deck for this one. Go with my favorite because, I made it. The Waterfall Tarot. By the way, I have 28 of these left and then they are gone. So, that's one of those things. I'm not a big fan of revisiting a deck and making changes and doing a version 2. Because I don't really think that's fair for all the people that bought the version 1. You know what I mean? Because they spent money and they bought the version 1. And if I tweak it and make it a whole lot better and now have a version 2, now they're going to be kind of ticked, wouldn't you? It's like, well, I paid money for the first one and now you make it better and you re-release. I don't think that's fair. That's just me, though. That's just me is looking at it from a customer point of view. You know what I mean? I mean, if you were going to make a better version, if you were going to make this superior, amazing version, why didn't you do that the first time? Anyway, so let's see about that. On the President recovery, yeah, he sort of shook that off in like 3 days. Everybody's saying it's going to be terrible, and then he just sort of shook it off and went about his business. Can I get a clarity on my work situation? King of Cups, Magician, Ace of Swords, the World. We sort of know that it's going to work out, right? Violet Lotus, thank you for your donation. Violet Lotus, let me know what your question is. Blog, good night. Have a great night. CM, what about mini decks? Maybe. I don't. Maybe. The World says it's going to work out. The World is the workout card. Everything is going to be okay. Cambria, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. So at the end, it works out. Now, the World, as I talk about in my book, is sort of an ending card. It gets a Violet Lotus. Let me know what your deck that you want. Sure. So the World says that it ends well, right? Because it's the end of the majors. It's the last card, card 21. We're wrapping it up. We're ending the majors, and it's the best card in there. Well, as far as endings go. So if you have to choose what's good on an ending, obviously the Sun would be great. You have all sorts of beautiful cards in the majors, but the World says that it's going to be okay. It's going to end. The situation's going to be all right in the end. Deborah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Ace of Swords says that there's some communication yet to come. The communication is just not happening. It's not flowing. I mean, it's not like we have one of those Mercury retrograde situations. It's just that the open communication is not there. We need to have the open communication. We need to have the moving communication in order for this to work out the way that we need it to work out. The magician says that you're able to get through this because of how you have treated the work situation, how you have approached it. I think that's going to be better, right? The magician says you have the skills, you have the talent, you have the negotiation tactics. It's going to be good to work this out. King of Cups says everybody is up in arms emotionally. A lot of emotion flowing, a lot of things going on that you're going to have to sort of contend with. But in the end, it looks like it's going to be okay. So Gigi, thanks again. I appreciate you. All right. Paula, welcome. How are you doing? Mina, how are you? Jez Fournier, how are you? I know I butchered that name. I'm sorry. There you go. Let's see if enough time has passed. Maybe. I don't know. It's just one of the deck I want is pinkish near the top right side. Okay. We have a pinkish deck, top right side. I feel like I'm on a treasure hunt. You know, I think it's maybe if I can get some coordinates or something, that'd be great. I mean, I guess. All right. Anyway, Eden, husband is thinking about retirement early. Ooh, that would be great. You have all that. Well, the income not being there is probably not great, but hey, if you got the early retirement, you know, get one of those. IT guy, what is going on? Speaking of early retirement, yeah, us IT people, we never early retire. The IT people, early retirement is usually just completely out of the picture. We have no union. We have no pensions. We're abused. You know, IT guy can back me up here. IT guy, back me up here. Does anybody in IT ever retire early? Because I see people that look like they're 108 years old running around the IT realm. You know what I mean? And still doing work. And they look like they're barely going to stand up. No, let's do the IT work. They're mainframe, so, you know, not like it's not, well, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Let's see there. What are we going to use for this? It's pink and, never mind. We're doing something different. We're doing Eden right now. Early retirement. I want to go with the Thoth for this one. I think it fits the bill. I think it fits the bill for this particular thing. But I think the Thoth is going to do us good. It is going to do us good. IT guy says 1 out of 1,000 people retire early. IT guy, we're not like firemen or anything to where we have pensions or military where we have pensions, a union. You know what I mean? Usually the pension gets eaten up by the company. Usually we're laid off within the first like 3 months. And then we're at another job, we get laid off, then we do contracting. And then, so yeah, pension is out. And most tech companies, they don't offer a pension anyway, unless you're just Google or Microsoft, I guess. But yeah, you know, you're going to have, if you're in IT, you're probably going to be working until you're 100. I'm just saying. Okay, Boo Boo, welcome. What's going on, Philippe? How are you doing? Y'all caught me on my IT rants. Okay, we're going to retire early. How is this going to work out? You're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy it. We have nothing but good cards here. Let's approach this from the high level. We have nothing but good cards here. So the first thing is we're going to enjoy it. Now, as Lon Milo DeQuette says, this is the best card in the deck. Okay, this is the 9 of Cups, the best card in the deck. It's going to be a lot of enjoyment that comes out of that. The free time, not having to be stressed, having time together, having time to catch up on stuff we've always wanted to get caught up on, doing all of the fun stuff that we've always wanted. You know, it seems like just this dream come true. So again, best card in the deck. And this deck has a reputation of being pretty upfront. So if it has bad news for you, it's going to lay it out on the line. You've seen this deck do horrible things in the past. I'm just saying, pull this on a love reading and the people are just going to leave crying. You know what I mean? But you got just fantastic cards. Blissful, hello, how are you doing? So, yeah, the other thing is what are you going to do with the time? So obviously we can't do a lot of things that are going to cost a ton of money. We're not going to be able to fly to Paris one week and then to Vegas the next week and then maybe, Milan the following week. It seems like we need to sort of squelch a lot of the big dreams and sort of get realistic as far as that means as well. Also, there is a thing about health. There's sort of this concern about, how are we going to treat health. It all depends on if they are in the military and they get free health care, or depending upon where they worked, you get good health care versus Obamacare, which is not good health care. But yeah, so it depends on that. So this points to health. How are we going to maintain health? How are we going to do that? That is a bit of a worry. It is a bit of a concern. Now, as far as free time is concerned, what is the best use for that? I think both of you are very ambitious. Both of you like sort of the lifestyle as well. So I think that you're going to start looking to hobbies, as far as hobbies, what hobbies can make money, what hobbies could get a little cash on the side. And with that, I ask you, determine your income needs. And if you are just going to end up replacing a full-time job with a hobby, would it be less work just to stay on the full-time job? So that's kind of the question to ask. So in other words, you don't want to retire from one job and immediately start another job. Why would you retire from the first job in the first place if you're not really going to retire? So that's kind of what the question is asking at this point. Again, health, how's it going to be covered? Figure out the insurance and everything. How is that going to be? How much is it going to be? Because a lot of the independent healthcare plans have a retarded deductible. So definitely do the research, obviously, before you just retire. Basically, it is a journey. It is a journey that you need to plan for and you need to make together. You need to make decisions together. Otherwise, you're going to get into a situation where you heavily disagree on something basic and it just turns into a knockdown, drag out, kind of thing. All right. So there you go. There is your retirement reading. And as always, entertainment purposes only. Oh, Cambria Kill wants to know, should I get a divorce or should I get a reconciliation? Let's do a tarot throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
CK. Let's see. Well, I just butchered the word divorce. I just butchered the word divorce twice. 3 times. Divorce or makeup? Is it worth reconciliation? Is it a divorce? Are we going to do a throwdown or not? We need to get my deck for the throwdown. All right, we are going to do a throwdown. Back to the Thoth we go. Boo Boo knows nothing about the situation but wants a divorce. Hey, this is all kinds of entertainment only. This is all kinds of entertainment only, because you never want to make a divorce, a love decision based upon some random dude on the internet. You know what I mean? Random dude on the internet pulls cards. You can watch it, but ultimately, that's dependent upon you. Okay. In this corner of the throwdown is the divorce. It is the ugly divorce where we have the court papers and everything. In this corner, we make up and make love again. We make up and get the love action. All right. Who wins the tarot throwdown? Divorce is looking good. This is looking fantastic. This is going to be hard to beat. I mean, you're going to have like a full house over here, and you don't. Okay. So divorce won. Let's sort of look at why. Let's sort of look at why the divorce won. First off, we just have the success. We have different opinions. We have different things going on. Not only are there some difficult issues to work through, but the whole institution, the whole foundation has crumbled at this point. We have such wildly different things going on, wildly different opinions. We are completely different people than we were when we married. Cambria, however you pronounce it. We were completely different people than when we were married. We grew. We have different opinions. We have different ways we do things. We have different styles on a lot of different things. Ultimately, going our own way introduces enough freedom where we are just going to be much, much happier. Again, we're back to the same card. Again, Lon Milo the Cat says the best card in the deck. And this really just sort of wins it out. You have another one that is almost close second for the best card in the deck. Again, Taylor, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Cameron. Okay. Cambria. Okay. So, yeah, divorce wins hands down. It's not even close. It's not even close. Do we have a better financial situation, tax situation if we hang out? Sure. Can we play house and pretend things are going to be fine? Can we do that? Sure. Or we can try to reinitialize that foundation, try to re-pour the foundation. But the problem is the house is already on top of the foundation. You can't re-pour a foundation when the house is on top. You got to break the whole thing down. Is that something you want to do? No, come on. That's not something you want to do. Divorce wins by a mile. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. Never get a divorce from some random dude reads cards. All right, Violet Lotus wanted some reading or something. Violet Lotus, I read your reading, and then I got a general reading to come with a very specific deck. Okay, general reading to come, but a very specific deck. All right, let's play Find the Cards. Let's play Find the Cards. My typing tonight is challenged, to say the least. All right. So Violet Lotus says the deck I want is pinkish near the top right. All right. Let's take a look. Is pinkish and is near the top right. This one, the golden, that's sort of pinkish. Kinda. It's kind of pinkish. Okay. We'll do the Golden Tarot. I think that's the one that you want. So there you go. A general reading.
I need a forecast reading because 2020 sucked.
Let's see what we can do. To make it better. Jay, what is going on? It is good to see you. No. Okay, if this is not it, I've no idea. What other deck is that? This one? That one? This one? I don't know. We're playing Find the Deck, Find the Cards. For the sake of the stream, though, let's move forward. let's move forward with the Golden Tarot. He never listens. Well, it's true. I only read chat every 30 seconds. I never listen. All right. Ope. Well, that look kind of pinkish. I guess not brown, not pink. You're colorblind. Well, that is a feature of me. If you get to know me, I am colorblind indeed. So above king. What? Above the king. Oh, you want the old school deck. Okay, I get it now. You want the old school. We can do that. We can go old school. Now, it does not have illustrated minors. And it's going to be kind of hard to fit in the frame, but that's going to be okay. Marseille. Yeah, it's another Marseille deck. I mean, not necessarily Marseille. By the way, this is called the, I think this is called the Golden Tarot 2. So, the Golden Visconti. I think that's that. It's a Visconti deck. We're going to go with it. It's barely going to fit in the frame, but okay. But all right. So there we go. It could be. So here, what are we looking at here? You wanted it, you get it. I've not read with this in a long time. I was so pleased with this too. It is a pretty deck. It is a pretty deck. All right. So what are we doing for a weekly forecast? Well, I think that's going to be the week as normal. I think you're going to have the week as normal. Not going to be a lot of big changes. Not going to be quite a bit of drastic things happening. It's going to be pretty steady, pretty normal. A lot of this has to do with just the communication barriers between you and some other people sort of manifesting themselves. Not something we're going to work out as far as, 1 week is concerned, but it is an option where you can get some better communication. You can tweak that a little bit, make that a bit more stable as far as that's concerned as well. I do think that you sort of need to start making some plans. You got something coming up either in the fall or winter, and you need to make some plans there. We need to get some plans going. We can't really wait anymore. So if you do have something coming up, you do have some responsibilities, we need to sort of get that started. Obviously, a week is not enough time to make any serious plans, especially when we have other people sort of involved with it. But it does say that it is time to make those plans and time to get it going. You do have some money coming, I think, probably end of year or early January. So the money coming end of year, early January. I think you start getting hints for that. And I think that's going to be sort of a problem. I think that's going to be sort of a weird thing to where you're trying to figure out how to deal with it. But yeah, anyway, you do have some stuff coming. Astro Ascension. Yes, the counter is broken. So I don't know what happened, but slobs, the counter is busted. I don't know why. I did turn it off and then turned it back on, and it still didn't fix it. So, I tried. Maybe we can turn it on again. It magically works now that Austin has mentioned it. Viewer count. Let's turn it back on, and it's still 0. And I did go into the properties. Maybe I can just put another one on the screen. How about that? All right, let's try that. Add a new thing. Sunshiny Day. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Add a new thing. This is the widgets. Not sponsored banner, the jar, not a chat box, event list, viewer count. Okay, we're adding a new widget. Add a new one called viewer count 1 and hit OK. And then we're going to get it and move it up, and it's still 0. So yeah, that's just a piece of trash. It is just not going to work with me today. So let me go ahead and delete the new widget, and we're good. Cool. All right, Cincinnati Day, thank you for your donation. It's called the Visconti, the Golden Tarot, the Visconti Golden Tarot. Okay, so yeah. So Deb, will Sanjanai ever make it work? Or is it doomed? Is it doomed? Well, Deb, hopefully it's not doomed. Hopefully you can make it work. All right, let's see. Deb, can we make it work or not? I don't think we'll do a throwdown. We'll just go regular for this. Go with the Gregory Scott, Go with the Gregory Scott. You got to use the Gregory Scott, the Divine Tarot. I'm telling you, I think this new deck I got today could be Angel. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Let me know, Angel, what your question is. All right. Yeah, the Visconti decks, I'm a pretty big fan of those. But not a lot of people are other than me. I do want to put them in the rotation a little more, as well as put a TDM deck in the rotation more. But, that's just the way it goes. So anyway, let's see about this. The Gregory Scott Tarot. Man, one of my favorites of the year. Really is. All right. Angel, how long will it take for this approval to take place? All right, Angel, we got you covered. Let's see. Let me move everything aside and put your stuff in the queue here. All right. So we got Violet Lotus. Now we got Angel Hazel in the queue. Cool. Will we ever make it work? That's kind of a really broad thing, because you're sort of walking into a trap with some of these reads, right? Will you ever make it? Of course, if both of you wanted to make it work, obviously you could make it work. The other thing is, if if one doesn't want to make it work, then you don't make it work. Basically, it's a decision process that sort of determines the outcome. But let's see sort of where this is at. Um, I do think you can make it work. So, will Sagittarius ever make it work? You can. Okay, the Fool is kind of a weird card here, though, because it sort of says a very specific need to get it to make it work. The Nine of Swords, there is a lot of concern about this. I don't think that there's a lot of a trust. I think that either the trust or the connection or something is just not there. It almost has this weird feel to where you're just sort of in a recovery mode. I'm trying to get it to work. But it is sort of challenged to get it to that stage. So the Nine of Swords says there is some worry, some concern as far as that goes. The Knight of Swords as well, into the Fool. What is this saying? The Knight of Swords obviously is a movement card. You've seen it before. The Knight of Swords is also, in this particular deck, some sort of this argument where somebody is hovering above somebody else, and it doesn't look like they're too pleased. They're pointing the finger. It seems that a lot of things are going on. And there is that sort of that disconnection, that arguments, things that are problematic, things that need to be repaired, obviously. The Fool, instead of the Chariot or something like that, says if you're going to fix it, you need to do it now. Things are declining. People are looking at others, they're like, wow, that person's kind of cute. And, we're not working out, so let me approach this other person. You get one of those feels with the Fool. It's like I'm wandering into an adventure unknown. I'm willing to move on to somebody else. So if you're going to do it, you need to do it quick. Again, the Nine of Swords is a very rapid movement card. Katie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Nine of Pentacles, if you can get it to work, you can get it soon before we do separate even farther out, then sure, it could work. Obviously, anything can work. It's just a matter of how hard both parties want to work it out. And because it's not working now, obviously both parties are not exactly into it. So what will get you into it? And sort of this says that you need to do it soon before you sort of drift farther out. So there you go. Taylor, is B to be trusted? And we do have Angel. We have you in the queue. I think you're after China. I think so. All right. Angel, let's see. How long will it take for the approval to take place? Let's check that out. No, let's just go with this. Go with this one. This is the Dark Goddess Tarot. I do like the Dark Goddess Tarot. But again, it's one of those where you have to read all of the goddesses and kind of memorize it. Not that much time of the day for me. Seven of Fire, Death, and Nine of Fire. A lot of fire here. How long will it take to approval to take place? Austin, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. The 7 into the 9, kind of weird. I mean, it's a bit unusual to say the least. In Death, in between it. Death is sort of separating this out. I think that in order for the approval to take place, there's certain things that have to happen in the background, and Death sort of makes that a necessity. If you're looking for a time frame, I would say months. It doesn't look quick. The fault being Death. If we just had the Nine of Wands, sort of points to that. If we just had the Seven of Wands, again, the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands are both defensive cards. In other words, there's something blocking us. In between the defensive, we have Death. Again, we have blockages. I'm looking at months. I think it's months. I don't think it's something that's going to be super quick or very, very fast. Yeah, I do like the Dark Goddess Tarot, but my problem is, again, you just have to go and memorize all of the goddesses to sort of have a really good reading from that deck. You know what I mean? All right. KD, thank you for your donation. See if somebody's hexed or not. All right. Is B to be trusted? TR wants to know, can we trust B or not? Speaking of B, Loving B is here. How you doing, Loving B? How is it going? Can they be trusted? Let's go with a Cat Tarot. Cat Tarot will tell you. It'll give you a nice meow. It'll cuddle up to you and it'll tell you if you're going to be there or not. Taylor, didn't you used to have a GIF? Taylor, I remember you with a picture, and now you don't have a picture. Creator has some other nice decks too. Yeah, I mean, again, I really like it. I just don't want to go through and memorize all the goddesses. And I feel like if I don't, I'm not really gonna be good at. I'm not gonna be as good as I should be reading it. But so I'm just sort of going with the old stuff, which kind of eliminates the whole reason of making the deck. But all right, Taylor, you did. All right, we may have another Taylor. We got quite a few people around here, so may have another Taylor. But anyway, Taylor, let's see if they can be trusted or not. We got the Star, we got the Ten of Swords, we got the Ace of Cups, and we got the Empress. The answer is no. The answer is no. I mean, I'm just gonna say it doesn't seem like they can be trusted. Now, if that's going to be important to you or not, if you do trust them, you may end up booing. You may end up having a bad time. Of course, entertainment purposes only. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. This is the right career path. Okay, Queen of Abundance Tarot, thank you for your donation as well. Basically, no, they can't be trusted. We got the Star, which looks good. Caramel Apple, welcome back. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. The thing that kind of kills it is the Ten of Swords. It really does. Now, of course, we would be looking for the Devil. We would be looking for the Tower after some good card, but it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. But the Ten of Swords says no, they can't be trusted. Kind of reinforced with the Ace of Cups being reversed. You have that initial connection. You have that good stuff to where they're telling you good stuff. The Empress is all about having comfort with the situation as well. That's reversed. You didn't trust them anyway. Come on. You didn't trust them any. If you trusted them 100%, Taylor, if you trusted them 100%, you wouldn't be here asking some dude on the internet if they can be trusted or not. Come on. Something's going on. It smells bad. Something smells awful. Not awful, but something smells awry, right? It smells like milk that's been in the refrigerator for a month and the power went out. You know what I mean? So the Empress, you're not comfortable with it. The Star, it seems okay on the surface, but something's wrong. Ten of Swords, it's not going to turn out well. And the Ace of Cups, no, they should not be trusted. So there you go. By the way, if that person is watching right now, no offense, I'm just reading what the cards say. No offense about the trusting thing. I think you're a great person, but it just says you can't be trusted. So there you go. Haven't studied yet. Will exam be hard? China's cutting it close. China's living on the edge. Living on the edge, China. Oh, man. Hopefully that works out. If you haven't studied, even if it's easy. All right. Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be easy or not? It smells like the litter box. CM, it could. It could smell like the litter box. We're going to use This Might Hurt Tarot because we didn't study for it, and we're walking into a test to determine if we can. You start studying after this. The good college days where you stayed up all night with energy drinks and you memorized as much as you could. The old cramming method, you know what I mean? Oh, those college days, those crazy college days. I kind of had to study because I was in IT and some of the stuff, if you don't know that, it's not something that comes natural. You know what I mean? So, Algebra 3 doesn't come naturally. You have to go study. So you say, Sunshiny Day, do you think he'll see my requests? Yes, Sunshiny Day, you're actually next. By the way, in case you're in the queue and you're wondering if I saw your request, we are here. We got a queue today. Sunshiny Day, you're next. Good news. Good news. And we are going to go all the way down to Caramel Apple. So, is it going to be difficult? Yeah. You have the retired banker next to the Ace of Swords. The communication aspect of the Ace of Swords being upside down means It's not a quick, easy, firm communication. It's not intuitive at all. You have two court cards, which does mean you need to study. Now it almost points, okay, if you have lecture versus textbook, it looks like a lot of lecture. The King of Pentacles and the Knight. We have people. We have people, meaning what they said will point you in the direction that you need to study. You know what I mean? What they said, the Knight into the King, what they said is very important. The Four of Cups, what you're being offered is not good. What you're being offered is not something that's acceptable. So obviously you need to study. I would trend towards more of what they said to determine where to go to study. In other words, it may be heavy lecture and all that. Sunshiny Day wants the thought. All right, Sunshiny Day, the thought that you will. It's easy for me to say. The thought you will get. The Thoth bad news reading. The Thoth, the Thoth just says, the Thoth is pretty popular, I gotta admit. It's pretty popular just because of the bluntness and the fact that it does. China, let us know how it goes. Let us know how it goes. The lectures are your key, China. The lectures are your key. Okay. So the Thoth bad news reading we want. Are the changes at work getting closer? We're smelling some changes coming. We need to know if that is going to be coming closer or not. We got a bit of a distance. We got a little blockage here. We got a little blockage here from that. It seems to be a bit off, right? So the moon is a day-to-day cycles card. It basically means what you're currently experiencing, what you're currently... Tio has 2 Thoths. Actually, I have over 30 Thoth decks. Okay. What you're experiencing will continue, right? Renee, thank you for joining the family. Enjoy all of the emojis. We have a Thoth emoji. You can use that immediately. So yeah, it's going to be day-to-day activity, not going to be anything that's just drastic. It's going to look successful for a while. It's going to be nice for a while. Everything's going to look great. And the changes are not yet coming. I would expect Death of the Tower here, quite frankly, at some point. I just don't see it. It seems that everything is going to go smoothly for the time being. So you do have a short little one there. I think that is going to be sort of it, right? That is going to be it. So there you go. There we go. You're safe for now. You're safe for now. The changes are not there. We don't have the Tower. We don't have death. We don't have anything that's just going to be. Should I get the Angel Wisdom Tarot? KD. What a great. By the way, in case you're wondering what that means. I'm going to go on a rant. Here. Okay. So this is the Angel Wisdom Tarot. Now, why did I rant about how much I liked this deck? Let's sort of go over it. Okay, most angel cards are way, way over the top. They have huge numbers. They have these bright, weird images. They have massive borders. They have like 9 paragraphs of text. And they just don't look modern. They look like something from a 2006 reject deck. I just don't like most angel tarots because of that. Bright blue, bright red borders. They're huge. The images aren't very good. This one, though, it's so subtle. The numbers down here, the angel name is just, it's almost like a whisper. The gradient that you have here is so subtle and it looks like a wood or sort of wood texture. The images aren't just rubber stamps of each other. They're varied. And there's so many little subtleties, like in the sky for some of the cards, you'll have astrology signs in the clouds. It's just so subtle and it's just so nice. It's just a breath of fresh air, in my opinion, into that realm. So let's see if you want to get it or not. I mean, we could use that deck to see if you want to get it or not, but nah, let's do something else. Let's do this one. Who's the publisher of that deck? I think it's Hay House. Mina, I have a review on it, and you can go to his site and see the 20-minute video where he walks through it. There's a release party for it coming up, and all of that stuff. Should you get it or not? Should you spend the money on it or not? We don't read all reversals. So the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. The Fire of Fire Intensity is a good name for this card. It says yeah. It says yeah. It says it's going to be something that you're going to want. The problem with the deck is the more you think about it, the more you want it. The Nine of Swords, you're going to want it. I mean, there's a reason it's the #1 deck on Amazon for tarot right now. It is the #1 deck in the tarot category for a good reason. It's $20. It's oversized. It's a nice card, and it comes with a decent book. So yeah, for $20. Yeah, sorrow. Sorrow is a bit over the top, but the Nine of Swords says the more you see it, the more you're gonna want it. You're gonna see videos. Mina, yes, I posted a review 2 hours ago. The more you see it, the more you're gonna want it. Intensity, you're gonna buy it anyway. For $20, you're going to end up just cashing out. You're just going to end up saying, well, I can't really resist at some point. The Queen of Pentacles, you got $20, but I think you're going to end up buying it. If you don't buy it now, I think you're going to get it later once you start seeing it. People read with it. You're going to be like, I was on the fence, but now I'm not. I think you're going to end up buying it anyway. So you might as well get it. You might as well get it. Is this reading about this deck? Yes. Angel Wisdom Tarot. In case you haven't seen the box, I posted a review like 2 hours ago. Just go on the channel. Okay, you got a new time slot. Renee, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Oh, we got a pregnancy question. Oh, I love pregnancy questions. We got so many great decks that are really accurate too, I think. I think at least. Austin, 5 p.m. live slot. I did say live slot. Okay, 5 p.m. live slot. Is that going to be a thing? Is that going to be a thing? The Manga Tarot will let you know. The Manga Tarot is gonna be your best friend here. I think it's just nice. I think it's just nice. The Angel Wisdom Tarot. I'm telling you that. Okay, I know everybody has this Doreen Virtue hatred and all this other stuff. I don't think it looks like her decks. I know that person had worked with her in the past. But I think that he really sort of spread his wings and went his own way. And he didn't do the very garish, bright primary color angel decks. He didn't do the big, huge, garish titles and all this other stuff. He made it, I think he just really did a nice job. Personal opinion, very subjective. The time slot, oh, this looks amazing. It really does. This looks great. The Empress and the Lovers. The Lovers says that the time slot is going to be a good match. It's going to be a good match. Haley, no, I did not read with it. I need to do a 4K flip through. And if I read with it and shuffle it, it's going to be out of order. And everybody's going to hit dislike when I post flip through with it out of order. I'm just saying. All right. The Lovers says this is a great match for you and your viewers. The Nine of Swords, you're going to drop a couple of viewers, though. They're just not going to be able to make this time slot. I think one of the viewers, maybe one or two, are going to be important viewers, though. So it just feels, it feels a little bit like you're going to lose somebody. The Four of Wands, it feels at home. The Lovers, it feels at home. The Empress, the comfort, the love for that is going to be there. I'm just saying, Austin, this looks fantastic. This time slot looks amazing. This is a great read. You got two majors that both point to how comfortable you're going to be with it, and the home card that says you're going to be fine with it. So there you go. I like how he's having a release party, and I like how he has digital content. I think it's overhyped, though. I mean, the dude really overhyped this digital content. What is it when you finally get to it? It's a 20-minute video that he could have put on a YouTube page, in my opinion. I think he wanted to get you on his website so you'll buy some of the tarot courses. Obviously, that's good business. That's good advertising. But, anyway, I just, I'm kind of picky about stuff. All right. Is John hexed? Okay. We'll do Loving Bee first. How much is the Aquarius interested in me? We need a gauge. We need a gauge from 1 to 100. The love from the Aquarius. LB, how much is the Aquarius interested in me? Now, we had a couple of readings before that said they were pretty tepid on this. They're kind of mild, not exactly hot. We'll see what we got today, though. We'll go with the Light Seers Tarot. The Light Seers Tarot. KD wants the Bohemian Gothic. KD, that's a good choice. That is a nice choice, KD, for the hex. I like it. KD, I like your style. I like your style a lot. All right. I hate DV until she left. Well, yeah. But anyway, I think he did a good job. I think that he really worked with the artist. And I think he said, okay, pull it back a little bit from these over-the-top angel decks. Because let's go subtle. Let's go subtle with the borders. Let's go nice gradient all around. I think they did a great job. All right. How much is the Aquarius interested in me? The Ten of Cups reversed. I actually think that you had the Ten of Cups reversed. I think you've had this before in your read. You've had this before in your reading. I think that's where we're going with that. The Ten of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, not good. The Emperor. They're very determined. They're very determined to get what they want and to do what they want to do. If you're not in the schedule, if you're not on the forefront, if you're not there up front, they just don't see you. It seems that you need to sort of insert yourself a little bit. Like the subtlety on the Angel Wisdom Tarot. You need to do that. Have this subtlety, the subtlety that goes with that. But yeah, they're doing their own thing. You get a big feel of this. The Emperor, the Ten of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, they got things going on. They have things to think about. They're not really just waiting around for love at this point. But yeah, as far as that goes, you're going to have to insert yourself and make yourself more prevalent by flirting or pinging them, saying hello, something. They're not just naturally going to be more interested in you over time. They're not naturally just going to be sort of attracted. You just have to sort of get in there, just sort of weave yourself into their life and in a subtle, fun way. And then you'll become a bit more prevalent on their thoughts and interest and things like that. But right now, you just have the Emperor and then two bad cards. You know what I mean? It's too much things on their mind, too much other things to worry about. Five Pentacles, it just doesn't seem like something like that. The Ten of Cups reverse sort of just seals the deal there and just says that, again, you're going to need to insert yourself and then be a bit more prevalent in order for them to sort of, be with you or increase that interest level. All right. Is John's friend hexed? That's a good question. We got a lot of sort of hexed cards within the tarot too, especially the Bohemian Gothic. You know what I mean? All right. KD. Is John's friend hexed or not? You wanted the Bohemian Gothic and you get it. Now look how close that is to me. If you want to know how much I like a deck, you have to look at how close it is to my right arm. If it's right there to where I can just lean and grab it with no effort, I'm a big fan. I am a big fan of that. Angel, I got one donation from you and I did your reading. Angel already did your reading. Do not have any other donations from you. Anyway, we are doing donations. Let me know if I missed something. So, all right. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Are they hexed or not? Is that a hexing thing? 6 of Cups. And death. And death. 6 of Cups and death. You do have something going on. You do have something going on. I think for the first time on the stream, because I do get this occasionally, for the first time on the stream, I'm going to say maybe. I'm going to say maybe. The 6 of Cups, there's some connection that has been made. There is a connection that has been made. And we have this something watching over us, something looking, something is concerned about what we do. Someone's watching, someone is concerned about that. And next to death, it is a bit, I think maybe. I mean, we might be leaning towards a yes. Obviously entertainment purposes only. Don't freak out and go try to get de-hexed or something because some random dude on the internet says maybe. I'm pointing to maybe. So there you go. But the Emperor points to a lack. So this is, okay, if you're going to do am I hexed, this looks a lot like a yes. This looks a lot like a yes. I'm going with maybe because, the Emperor is a loss of control. It's like we don't have the control that we need. And then we have this connection, but they're watching over. It's not a good connection. They're watching over. Somebody is really concerned about what we do, and they want to be the Emperor. The Emperor, we lost control. Somebody else may have it. Death into this really does point to the fact that we could have, a little bit of change. The change, death, being by a connection from somebody else. But it's not a change we may want, right? The Emperor being reversed. I think this is the first maybe. This is the first maybe I've ever had. Normally, I'm just going to really lean hard towards no. But that might actually look like something. Again, entertainment purposes only. It's near Halloween, and this is for fun, and, okay. Queen of Abundance Tarot, is my neighbor cured from that crap she had? All right, let's see about that. Jay, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. What deck is that? That is the Bohemian Gothic 2nd edition from Baba Studio, BABA Studio. Now, since I don't have the since I don't have a little graphic to show it, there's a link in chat. Anybody wants to know that, there is a link in chat for where to get it. Actually, they probably don't have it anymore, but you can get a used one on eBay for a couple of $100. All right. Let's see. QAT. Is my neighbor cured from that shit that she had? Let's find out about it. See, you made all kinds of effort not to say shit in there. And then I went and said shit. You want light seers? There you go. Light seers you shall get. Everybody likes a little magic in October. Halloween is such a beautiful holiday for magicians because if you're a magician, you can get hired by haunted houses, will pay you good money to come and entertain the big lines of people. I used to make a lot of money. Probably still going to make some more money, but luckily the stream is early enough to where I still got time to go and make some money. You predict no. A lot of people saying shit in chat. I mean, we're not afraid. We're not afraid. Is my neighbor cured from that shit that she had? Magician says yes. Magician's really leaning towards a yes. Okay. Magician says, Southern Soul Tarot, welcome. How are you doing? Southern Soul Tarot. We need to do the collaboration. By the way, I'm going to be collaborating with Southern Soul Tarot. So we need to do that this week, at a minimum, this week sometime. So let me know. The Magician says we have control, we have command. over it. So I think that she got a hold of it. She got control. And I think that everything is going to be all right. We sort of see the Seven of Swords. You can see the shit that she had is leaving. You can actually see it exiting, right? So she got control. She took control. And then the thing exited and left and left. The Knight of Wands, going to be a better tomorrow. It's going to look much better for tomorrow. Ace of Cups says, though, that we're still sort of in a recovery a little bit, but yeah, we're a little bit recovery. Maybe it's not 100%, but whatever it is, just ran away. We have control over it and we forced it out. Knight of Wands says we're going to have a better tomorrow. So that's looking pretty good. It is looking all right. The Seven of Swords ran away indeed. Caramel apple, will I move in with my boyfriend? Ooh, that'd be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun. You never know somebody quite as much as you do once you move in, because now you get to see all their annoying habits, how they throw the underwear on the floor instead of putting it in the laundry basket, all that stuff. All that stuff. Okay, let's see what we're going to do. We'll go for the Tarot of the Divine. Gotta admit, this was one of my faves, but now it's warping. I don't like decks that warp. I'm going to admit it now. I don't like decks that warp. It's not a big thing there. All right. Let's see about this. Staying away from Raina and her plant. Could be a good idea. Move in with the boyfriend. Yeah. You never know what they do in the privacy of their own home until you move in. And then there's always something disgusting. Okay, so the Lovers, the Four of Coins, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Wands. This is the biggest yes that has ever been on the channel. I'm just saying now, if you want a yes or no, this is a yes times 100. Times 100. So the Seven of Swords points to movement. The movement card, Seven of Swords. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is the happy home. You see, they're happy together. And the Lovers right next to it. We are in love. We are happy. We're moving in. The Four of Wands is literally the home card, the stability card. We have home into the Lovers. And then we have the Four of Coins. In other words, we're just going to sort of cherish this moment. We're going to have some fun. This is a huge yes. In fact, if I had to design the perfect reading for this question to give you the best possible yes that I could, this is going to be it. I would have a movement card. I'd have a home card, something that shows home environment. Then I'd have a Lover's card, maybe a Two of Cups. And Four of Coins is kind of out of place here. I would have replaced it by like the sun or the world. But the Four of Cups still does good. It still does good. I think that is fantastic. Fantastic. It literally does not get any better than that. All right. The career path. Boo Boo has a new career path. What are we doing with that? By the way, we are going to be ending soon. Please request a reading for Jay. Jay says, Jay, I deleted your message. I accidentally swiped instead of clicked. Can we skip my question on screen? Oh, okay. All right. Jay, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. I have no idea what your donation was. Jay just made a general donation for us. There you go. All right. Boo Boo. Boo Boo wants to know, new career. We all want to be Caramel Apple. I'm telling you now, that is going to be, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Caramel Apple's boyfriend has no bad habits at all. I mean, because us guys, we have bad habits. I mean, let's face it. I mean, we throw underwear on the floor instead of putting into the laundry basket. I'll watch football noon, 3 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. And everybody that I've been with absolutely hates that. That is like the primal sin. Like, aren't you going to do anything else on Sunday except watch football for 10 hours? And my answer is no. My answer is no, right? Because that's me. All right. Let's see. How are we going to do this? We are going to do the Dark Mansion. We'll do the Dark Mansion. I think that'll be all right. There we go. Very cool. Because, so this person apparently doesn't do stuff like that. Because, I mean, if this is going to be that beautiful, they're going to be like when you get home, I think they're going to have like dinner ready and they're just going to, have something nice, beautiful. They bake you like something just wonderful, like this beautiful lasagna. I don't know. And when they throw underwear in the laundry basket, and then they'll do laundry, and then they'll get like a breakfast in bed plate, and they'll bring it to you. I mean, something must be just magical about this person. I'm telling you now. All right. You'd kick my butt out. Well, Violet Lotus, maybe that's why I'm single. Okay. But yeah, career, the Ten of Swords, that looks terrible. Okay. And death. So yeah, I think that would be, I think that your career, will it be the right one? I think this is something that you can do on the side. It is something that you can do on the side. Is it, he's the perfect Virgo. See, a Virgo would do all that stuff. I'm just saying. I'm not really a good Virgo. I'm kind of a Virgo reject. So I'm a Virgo leaning into like, sort of a Scorpio Aquarius mix or something. But Ten of Swords says this is not your final career. No, this is not the final thing that you're going to do. But this really weaves well. It weaves well into where you want to be and to what you want to do. In other words, I do tarot. I do IT work. I do art. Can I do any one of those by itself and just be happy? Probably not. I mean, I need more variety. I think you're the same way. You need variety. You need variety. And just sticking with one thing isn't going to do it for you. Ten of Swords. I don't think you want to stick with that thing. Three of Pentacles, you're going to love doing this new thing. You're going to love it. Seven of Wands, it's going to be pretty smooth, but Death says that you just like variety and change. You're going to get bored. You're going to get bored because you're in the high in intellect to where you just master something quickly. You get, you're like, okay, I think I got this. I want a little variety. So, there you go. But yes, I think that Three of Coins says that you're going to love doing it. Add it into the mix. Add it into the mix. All right. It's taken a long time for you to find a great guy. Great guys are rough to find. You usually end up with some reject like me who watches football. I play poker. Okay, here's how bad my life is. I play Pokemon Sword, okay? I love the game. I'm playing a lot of Pokemon Sword lately, but I'm lazy. So what I did was I got a tiny little computer, basically, that you can hook into the Switch, and you can write a program to automate stuff. So I automated a leveling macro to where I just get the character and I spin them in a circle. And when they encounter a monster, then I kill the monster and I continually spin them in a circle. And that way I can get my main person that's high level that I can kill all the enemies with. And then I'll put a bunch of other Pokemon in the same group and they'll get leveled up sequentially. And I left it running overnight and it works great. I got like 20 levels in a night. So anyway, so there you go. That's what you get with a lazy Virgo. Will I get pregnant this year? Renee has been waiting for like a year, literally, to get the reading. Will I get pregnant this year? Let's see. Tasha, thank you for your sponsorship. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Tarot family. Enjoy all of your emotes All of the wild emotes. Violet Lotus thinks I'm a nerd. Well, it's good that you finally noticed. You didn't notice with all the stuff on the stream? I mean, it kind of, you kind of get the hint just seeing the stream for the first time. All right. Let's go with, speaking of lazy, let's go with the Lazy Miners and the Spacious Tarot. It is. So it's like a game. It's sort of like a game genie. Yeah, but it's way more advanced. You actually have to code. You have to write C++ code in order to get it to run. Well, C, not C++, but whatever. All right. Anyway, so yeah, this little thing you can hook into the Switch. You can write code to press buttons. You can write code to scan for certain pixels on the screen and all that stuff to see if a monster is encountered and all of that. See, look at these Lazy Miners. I'm not impressed. Lazy Miners, I'm not impressed. But yeah, let's go with this. Pregnancy this year. What do we got? We got the Wheel of Fortune. We got the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Elder of Wands. Ooh, I just don't see any baby cards. I don't see any, I just don't see it. I don't see any cards that would indicate a pregnancy. If the Six of Pentacles was a Six of Cups, I think you definitely may be leaning towards that. The Six of Cups would be fantastic for that because that's a siblings. A lot of times that can be interpreted as a pregnancy card. It's not here. It's a Six of Pentacles. It means things are given to you. The Wheel of Fortune, things go normal. Things go reliably, day-to-day activities. Elder of Wands says we do try. We are in the mode of trying to get pregnant, but it just doesn't happen this year. So I do not see a pregnancy this year due to a lack of any of the probably 5 or 6 cards that would indicate something like that. Obviously, Empress, Two of Cups is an excellent pregnancy card. The Three of Cups in some circumstances would be great. Six of Cups is a very, very good pregnancy card. A lot of tarot as well will have children sort of inside of a random card that's totally unrelated. You could have leaned towards that. I got none of that. Yeah. 2020 is almost done. We're sort of wrapping it up. So, but yeah, it doesn't look like this year. Okay, last reading of the night. Laura, thank you again for your great donation. I appreciate you. Laura, what is your question? Let me look, scroll around, see if we can find Laura's question, which we can't. Laura, what is your question? Or did you just throw money this way? Either way, I appreciate that. Let's see. Am I where I need to be? And is there pregnancy in my cards? Let's see. Wait for Laura. Laura, what was your question? 10 of Cups would be excellent. You're right. 10 of Pentacles would be excellent. There's so many cards that have kids in them. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles is great. Anyway, I don't know who EVH is. But you never want anyone to leave the world. Want everyone to hang around and have fun. Okay. Anyway, Southern Soul Tarot, hit me up. Let's do a collab this week. And so Laura, maybe you're on a huge delay. That could be possible. Either way, Laura, email me in the description. I have my, okay, there you go. All right. Love reading from my friend Miriam. Here we go. We'll do that. This will be the last reading of the night. Thank everybody for joining me tonight. It has been exciting as always. I appreciate all of y'all hanging out. Okay, let's see. Love reading for the friend Miriam. So is Miriam hooked up? Is Miriam in a relationship and happy or unhappy? I don't know. Are they looking for love? Let's sort of see what opportunities we got here. We're going to use the Edgar Allan Poe and see how that go. It's a baby tarot on Etsy. There is? Ooh. Paula, have you seen the new tarot? It's like a cutesy, it almost looked like they're trying to replicate the Mons tarot, but it's $54. $54. It's like a fat cat. and very cartoony. Again, it looks like they're trying to duplicate the Mons Tarot, but they didn't do a good job of it. Anyway, they only have 26 backers. I think it's because it's so expensive. If you're going to do a cutesy deck, that's fine. Make it reasonable, so it's approachable. Make it reasonable. Okay. Love reading for the friend. The Knight of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. This person's going through a rough time. Either that or they're going to have a rough time. The Eight of Cups is not exactly what you would want in a love reading for sure. The Five of Swords, Lord of Defeat, is not exactly it as well. You do have sort of this Eight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Let me just read it as I see it. I don't know if they're single or if they're currently in a relationship, what they're looking for. Let me just read it as I see it. The Wheel of Fortune into the Eight of Swords says that I'm stuck in a pattern of restrictions. I can't do what I want. I can't get the mate that I want. I can't get the freedom that I want. I'm stuck with restrictions. And it's happening every day. The Wheel of Fortune, a day-to-day, everyday card. And the 8 being sort of a restricted, having a bunch of things be around us where we can't get the move in. We can't get a bunch of movement in. And you sort of have this progression because we have an 8 and an 8, a progression towards getting free from this. And it's important to get free from it and to move on from it because you don't want to get stuck in the continuous cycle, which seems that where they're at. Again, the Wheel of Fortune into the 8. They're stuck in the cycle that they don't like. They can't get into. They have a lot of sort of restrictions that they want to sort of wiggle out of. If they don't get out of the situation, it does look like that it just gets worse. It never gets better. The 5 is not a good number in general. It just doesn't look like a great number. And the 5 of Swords is the Lord of Defeat. In other words, we're going from an 8 into a 5, which is sort of a 3, which means it sort of develops, it sort of encompasses, it just gets worse. So we just have a situation you need to escape from. This is the thing. With restrictions, you don't want to be held down here. You don't want to be held down. You want to be free. You want to be unrestricted. And to get to that point, it involves leaving. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. Never make relationship decisions based upon a fat man on YouTube reading tarot cards. But leaving seems to be the solution. Just this 8 of Cups field where they're abandoning it, they're leaving it, and they're getting out. Again, the restrictions don't seem like they're going to let up. The restrictions seem like that they are hindering the factors. They're hindering things a bit too much. And to get the restrictions out, it involves leaving and moving on to something different. So the 8 of Cups talks about moving on and moving on to something else, basically. Option B, moving on to that. So that's basically what the cards say. Again, entertainment purposes only. I have no idea what this person's situation is. I'm just telling you what the cards say. So, make good decisions and don't rely upon me to make the decisions for you. So, I'm basically saying what it is. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate all of you being here. I am here every single night at 6:30 p.m. Central. We'll see you tomorrow.